This is my review of Assassin's Creed Origins played this month, January of 2021. So this is going to be a bit different compared to other reviews, as I've played the game 3 years after its actual release, which was 27th of October 2017. I'll answer a couple of questions like how does the graphics hold up, is it worth in 2021, and how does it fare when compared to other Assassin's Creed games that came before and after it. So stay tuned. Hey, what is happening guys, this is Orka from Orka's Gaming Corner and this is my review of Assassin's Creed Origins. I will try to keep the review short and informative as possible so that those of you who actually have not played the game can try it out. In Assassin's Creed Origins, you play as Bayek the Magi. Magi's are the protectors of the ancient Egyptian land and people. The game is based on Egyptian mythology and lore and harkens back to the year 49 BCE. I'm not going to go into any detail with the story here, that is for you to experience, so let's keep that there. So yes, it is an Assassin's Creed game. You see one and you've seen them all, at least that is how a lot of people seem to perceive it, especially Origins and the games that came after it. So let's dive into the review and see whether that holds or not. Graphics is first. Graphics hold surprisingly well in 2021 compared to so many other games, and I've found it to be enjoyable and pleasant in the sense that it plays so well on my current system. In 2017 I tried playing the game on my GTX 1060 and it barely ran. Now it runs really well on my 2070 Super. The wide and truly open lands of Egypt with its endless sand deserts with occasional patches of oasis covered with palm trees and sparse vegetation was Ubisoft's first actual foray into creating a truly massive open world in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Something of this magnitude was never done before in any Assassin's Creed game. The graphics is quite fantastic, especially taking into consideration that most of Egypt is filled with desert and there is not that wide a color palette to choose from. The world is teeming with life, from merchants to sailors to guards to farmers and the high priests of the pharaohs themselves. Traversing the land is fun, be it so by foot or camel, horse or a chariot. The motion is fluid and the animation is top-notch from most NPCs and animals in the game. Bayek's journey across Egypt is a fantastic experience, whether you are learning about archaic rituals in old temples or literally sliding down the pyramids of Giza. Whether you are commandeering battleships in the deep waters of sea or are simply probing the underwater ruins for loot, Assassin's Creed Origins is a treat to those who love a good adventure. Now, combat in Assassin's Creed Origins brought about a change in the series that has been now refined with the release of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The combat feels fluid and dynamic compared to some of the older games in the series. There is an option to evade, block and parry incoming hits, and then there is the addition of a plethora of different types of weapons and the ways in which they can be used, ranging from light weapons to heavy weapons, light bows to heavy bows, all with different sensations that is done really well. I was surprised by how different the light bow feels compared to the heavy bow. All in all, the combat is fantastic, but for me the combat of Odyssey will always be better, or at least it feels more refined. The overall gameplay is good except for the fact that there are a bunch of shitty side missions here too, but there is less level gating in Origins compared to Odyssey, and I could do major missions when I was 2 to 3 levels shy of the actual indicated level of the mission. The sound is good and does justice to the game, so it neither stands out nor is it non-existent. This is mostly it for my short review of Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, a couple of things to note. Is it the best Assassin's Creed games out there? No, it's definitely not. However, it is one of the more unique ones and also talks about the origins of the Creed. So if you like the franchise, you should play this one. Is it good to play in 2021? It's perfectly fine to play in 2021, especially if you already own a copy or get the gold edition of the game at a discount. I feel the world of Assassin's Creed Origins is much more nuanced than that especially Odyssey and also Valhalla to some extent. So there you have it, folks. This is my review of Assassin's Creed Origins, and please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Orka's Gaming Corner, and we'll see you next week in the gaming news section.